Hello viewers, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to study about the chapter Lost Spring of class 12 English. It is written by Jung. So you can see the picture of Jung here. She was born in 1944, Rourkela. She was an Indian author, journalist and columnist. Her father was a renowned poet and scholar. Her mother and brother were Urdu poets. She studied in Osmania University only, which is in Hyderabad. For her higher studies, she went to the USA. So this is the spelling of Anis. This is the map, and this entire green shaded one is Uttar Pradesh, and we have Ghaziabad here. Noida is here. The blue color line is Yamuna River. It's flowing through Delhi. This entire thing is Delhi. The pinkish shaded part is Haryana, and we have Faridabad here. So Simapuri is very important. Simapuri has been given in the chapter. It is on the periphery of Delhi. So this is the place which is important, and Simapuri is a place on the periphery of Delhi. Periphery means outskirts of Delhi, and yet miles away from it, metaphorically. Why? Because this entire area is just like slum area, and Delhi is the capital of our country. It is well developed, but Simapuri is not at all developed. It is like a slum in those days. So it is located in East Delhi. The people are mostly squatters. The people are inhabited by squatters who came from Bangladesh. These people came from Bangladesh in 1971. So after 30 years, why 30 years? Because the writer wrote after 30 years, that is in 2001. So in 2001, there are about 10,000 rag pickers in Simapuri. For the people of Simapuri, garbage is gold. That's why this statement is very important in the chapter. Garbage to them is gold. Why? Because most of the people have the profession, that is rag picking profession. They are rag pickers. They go for the garbage. They take the garbage, segregate into paper, metals, and other important things, and sell them. So it is a means of livelihood for them. So the writer says garbage is gold for them. The people here live in slums, and as already discussed, the houses are made up of mud only, and roof is made up of tin and tarpaulin. There is no sewage or drainage, and there is no running water. These people have no permits to stay. They don't have any identity cards also, but they were given ration cards, and their names are there in the voter list, and this enables them to buy the grain. So this is the picture of Simapuri here. There is a lot of garbage here. It is just beside the houses. These houses are in very shabby condition. They are made up of mud, and the roof is made up of tin or tarpaulin. Sometimes I find a rupee in the garbage. This is an important statement given in the chapter. The main important character here in this chapter is Saheb-e-Alam. What is the meaning of Saheb-e-Alam? It means Lord of the Universe. It is ironical name. Why? Because he is a rag picker. He is doing the work of rag picking, but his name is the opposite. So it is ironical. His name means Lord of the Universe. That's why it is ironical. And in the beginning of the chapter, we'll come to know that an army of barefoot boys, most of the children are barefoot because they don't wear any chappal or shoes or anything like that. These people stay in Simapuri, and which is in the periphery of Delhi, and there are about 1,000 rag pickers, 10,000, so 10,000 rag pickers. And Saib is one of the rag pickers. He is a poor immigrant. Here I is missing. Immigrant from Dhaka. Dhaka is the capital of Bangladesh. Why did they leave that place? They left that place because there were storms, and those storms destroyed their fields. That's why for livelihood they had to leave Dhaka and come to this particular place, that is Simapuri. Saheb came to Delhi in search of better opportunities. Not only Saheb, his parents and the other people came to Delhi. Why? Because there are so many opportunities in Delhi. So in search of opportunities, they came to Delhi. Saheb is very important character in this chapter. So let us know a little bit more about Saheb. Saheb sometimes finds a rupee or a 10 rupee note in the garbage. This gives him hope. Not only gives him hope, he finds it very useful, and he feels very happy, and he gets more hope that he will get more. Saheb loves the game of lawn tennis. Lawn tennis is the game that is mentioned in the chapter. He loves this game, but he can not afford to play that game. He can afford to watch that game because it is the rich man's game. This particular lawn tennis is the rich man's game. He goes to the place where these people play and he watches the game. And regarding his clothes, they were untidy, and he wears the shoes and they were damaged shoes. Up to this, it was about his childhood, and now Sahib has grown up. And when he grew up, he did not continue his work as a rag picker. Now he is working in a tea stall, and his monthly payment is 800 per month and all his meals. And now he has lost his freedom. Earlier he could go anywhere, he could he can take anything, any material anywhere. If he wants to sit, he can sit. But now he is working under a master. He has to carry a heavy canister. Here a canister is nothing but a big tin can in which you can carry milk. So he has to carry milk, and it's very heavy, and he is no longer his own master. He has to work under a master. Now you can think that this is just like the picture of Saheb. This is how the rag pickers would be. They would be carrying the bags. They will be carrying all plastic, paper, metal things. They will segregate, and they will take them, and they will uh, put there, and they will segregate and sell them. So this is about the rag pickers. Now the second part is about Firozabad, which is there in UP. You can see this is the map of our country, and this is Uttar Pradesh, and you have the small black dotted line which is expanded here. This is Firozabad. Why we are reading about Firozabad? Because the main character, the protagonist of is Mukesh, and he lives in this particular place, and it is famous for glass blowing industry. It is the center of India's glass blowing industry. And here, all the members of the family are engaged in making of the bangles. The conditions, the working conditions are very poor. They work near the glass furnaces, and these furnaces have very high temperatures. The rooms are very small, so it is mentioned as dingy cells. There is no air and no light, and by the time they grow up, they lose their eyesight. The living conditions are also very poor. Their homes with crumbling walls. The walls are crumbling. So wobbly means shaky doors, and most of the houses do not have the windows. And animals and human beings coexist. So you will find a lot of animals like dogs, pigs, and the buffaloes all moving in the same area. So you can see this is the picture of the children employed in bangle making industry. Small children are soldering the bangles. Uh, Here also women are also involved in soldering the bangles or making the bangles. So you can see the light. They have to constantly see the light, and after some years they will become blind. So this is the problem. Here you can see the entire family is involved in the bangle making industry. The old man you can see here, the woman also, and the grandson is also involved in the bangle making. So here we can see the different colors of bangles, and there is a man who is, I think, the businessman is selling. So it is mentioned as spirals of bangles. So they are all in spiral way. So Mukesh says, "I want to drive a car." This is an important statement. Mukesh is the protagonist of this particular part, and he's a young boy was born in a poor family which was making bangles in Ferozabad. He wants to be a motor mechanic. He doesn't want to continue his family profession, and it was their tradition, and it was their family profession, but he doesn't want to continue it. He wanted to become a motor mechanic. He lives with his elder brother and his wife. His elder brother was married, and his father, grandmother, and grandfather were there with him. So the daughter-in-law cooks and feeds the entire family and commands respect of all. The grandfather has become blind because he had been working for many years, and the grandmother blames everything for their karam. Karam is a Hindi word which means destiny. She says it is their destiny because they were born in this family, are and whose profession is bangle making, and after some years they are bound to become blind. So bangles are the symbol for Indian women's suhag. A married woman has to have the bangles, and it is auspicious in marriage. In the marriage they will wear the colorful bangles. What are the hurdles faced by the bangle makers? So there are so many hurdles which are faced by the bangle makers. One is the rigid caste system. They were born in the caste of bangle makers, so they have to continue this profession. They don't have to defy, and they cannot defy the caste system or their profession. They were caught in the web of poverty. The families were caught in the web of never-ending poverty, and the life is miserable. And this vicious circle is very important. The vicious circle of sahukars, the middlemen, the policemen, the bureaucrats, and the politicians. And because of them, as it is mentioned in the chapter, they cannot come out of their poverty. They lack the initiative, leadership skills to organize into cooperatives, and the courage to confront the nexus.